Well, we're going to be speaking today, kind of like an informal conversation about aging. So this topic came up because we just had a lot of people asking a lot of questions about aging. And so I'm hoping we can get some more information out there to you so that you have a better recommendation for your clients as far as home care and treatment in the room. I know that we're kind of up against a little slow. I don't know if anyone's seen that slowing in their business, but we certainly have seen a little bit of slowing, and have talked to several spas that have been slowing up as well. So maybe we can come up with some creative ways to get people back in, because clients will spend money if they see the result. So that's really what we want to give them, is we want to give them the result. Are we giving them the result, or are we not giving them the result? And so we're hoping today we get to talk about how to change someone's skin and what you can do and what you can't do. And I mean that by what results you can give them and what results are probably not in your arsenal or your back bar, like tightening of the skin and the flaccid gels, the neck. These are things that really have to be addressed in a different way. You have to remember, with what we do, we can change texture, we can change tone, we can change and refine a wrinkle, we can help with acne scarring, we can help improve pigmentation lesions, but these are all things that we have to really look at and make sure that the client has an expectation and the correct expectation of what we're able to do to their skin. I have a lot of women that are in their 70s and 80s that have absolutely beautiful skin, but still have some wrinkles. Wrinkles being not the little fine line wrinkles, but more of the gravity that have kind of pulled down on the jaws or around the mouth area here. So I'm hoping to give you some tips on what I've learned. I'm hoping to give you some tips on what to do when you come across this. And really, it's all about consultation and working with your client. First of all, understanding what they want, understanding their expectation, and then putting together a program so that you have commitment from them. And commitment meaning, it's not just the service that you're doing in the room, it's actually or it's home care. So you have to really send them home with some home care, not just with home care that they might have at home that they're using and might be good or might not be good. You need to make sure that you're in control 100% of what to give that person for the result. I hear a few people coming on. I think all the microphones have been muted. I don't see the chat box right here. Oh, here. So you guys can actually ask some questions if you'd like to as well. And I can see the chat box. The chat box is just showing me like you let me type. I'll type out everything. Okay, so I want to get started. I just don't want to jump in and have people jump in, but we only have 45 minutes and we have a lot of stuff to cover. So, what is aging? When you look at someone's skin, what do you see when you look at someone's skin? We were talking about this, like, what do you see on someone's skin? So I look at someone as almost like a painting, or how can I erase? How can I correct? How can I get my canvas to look beautiful? So when you look at someone's skin, you're looking at it as beautifying a picture or a canvas. So you look for a couple of things. If you look in the magazines, you see no one has brown spots. You see no one has pigmentation. Nobody has melasma, capillaries, redness in their skin, rosacea. All of this is stuff that you guys can help change. Fine lines, little tiny lip lines, expression lines, that's so in combination of medical and what you do, you can really give someone a good program. Gels, we start to see the fat pads that were up here start falling down and they're kind of now weighing here. So you start to see the lines around the mouth. You start to see the droop in the lip. You know, what is there? So in our clinics, we actually work with a nurse and a nurse practitioner that work towards changing things on people's skin. So like Botox, we know Botox is important for the muscle contractions, the wrinkles between the eyes. That's all muscle. So there's no way that we can change the muscle kind of frowning and movement by treatments that we do. We can do a little bit of stimulation with radio frequency or electrical stem, but we're just doing a temporary spasm of that muscle. And so you're not correcting the fine lines around the eyes, the crow's feet between the forehead. These actually have to have that muscle relaxed and do the opposite. So if it's doing this to frown and it's tight, it's making and it's wearing in the line, the collagen and the elastin is breaking down by that movement of that muscle, you get your wrinkle. So what do you have to do? Give it a little Botox and it suddenly relaxes. So you see no more tension of that muscle. So it's very important that you work very closely with somebody that you can refer to if you don't have somebody in office that you can refer to for these services, and you know that they're not doing the same services that you're doing. Because the quickest way to lose a client is to refer them to somebody, especially if you end up referring to a doctor's office. A doctor's office is not going to go, oh, well, Stephanie does our skincare when I have, you know, doctor has Jane over here that does the skincare right in the office. So you really want to be careful too with who you partner with. Make sure that they're not going to become competing, and you guys could have a very good referral relationship back and forth. But it is necessary to have somebody that knows how to do filler and it knows how to do Botox. Now that's if you want to change the canvas. You might just want to beautify the color of someone's skin. You might just want to work with the texture, the tone of the skin, and just make it soft and smooth. And somebody wants to grow gracefully and have a few expression lines. That is perfectly acceptable. I think that's absolutely beautiful when you're not taking away your whole look to your skin. Another thing that we have coming in is clients do not, you know, you start to age and you start to lose your lips. I mean, your lips literally start going away as you age, some of us more than others. And there's filler for that. The fat pads that have all fallen from your cheekbone that are putting pressure here to make these folds, you know, sometimes refilling that back up will cause the skin to lift back up and smooth. So aging and the aging clientele is the client you want. How you perceive that client is going to be very important, and explaining to them what you're seeing. I have just a handful of people that I still love doing. I'm sure that they will, as soon as they pass on, I will not be doing any more people, but these people I've kept for my whole career, and I've actually followed their skin through the whole career. Some have done nothing, no Botox, no injectables. They have the most beautiful skin and they get stopped all the time. Why? Because they're doing their monthly treatments, they're doing their home care at home. They haven't missed a month, and they will do whatever I tell them to do on their skin. So they're not buying their stuff from the supermarket or the grocery store. Well, that's the same thing. The mall. They're not going to like these counters and getting advice from them. They're getting advice from me. They know that their looks, their beautiful skin that we've created. So I think it's really important that you take that philosophy when you're looking at somebody's skin. So aging, there are some things that we can change. Brown spots, melasma, rosacea, small broken capillaries, fine lines, lip lines, fine lines around the skin, acne scarring we can improve. So these are things that we can do. Things that we can't do. We can't stop the muscle from contracting and causing that wrinkle. And we also cannot lift and tighten the neck or jawline. So that's something real important that you need to be realistic, and you need to set that example right from the beginning, or not example, but you need to actually talk to the client about what you can do and what you can't do, and what they're comfortable with. Like, because they might not want to even have a referral for Botox or filler. That might be too scary for them. And then that's not the way they're going. They want to go more natural. So when analyzing that person's skin, when talking to them, and every single time they come in, it doesn't matter if it was just the month before, we'll go, how is your skin doing? Is there anything that you're seeing that you want me to help change? And that's a really important question, because one, we can get very comfortable with our clients. We can become friends with our clients. And that is the quickest way to lose, I hate to say respect, but now they're your friend. So do they want discounts? Are they going to pay for upgrades or add-ons? Oh, she'll just give it to me, or oh, she just does it for me because, you know, we're friends. Or, you know what, she's just my friend. I've even had clients come in and go, I was on the internet last night and I saw this cream that tightened the neck and I went in and bought it. And I'm like, why would you do that? You know, you come to me every single time. Well, I know, but it was like, I was just up, I was thinking about it. You know, the infomercial caught my eye and made me think I need this. And I'm like, I've been telling you about a neck cream for 3 months, or had I been? Looking back on some of these files, I wasn't. So I was too comfortable with them to not suggest something that obviously they had a concern about. So make sure that when you're analyzing skin, every single time they're in, you ask those questions. Is there anything that you see new? Is there anything that I can help change in your skin? Does that make sense to everybody? Now you've come up with their wants, what they want, what they need, what they're seeing on their skin. There's like, okay, so client comes in, I'm seeing pigmentation. I've got some sun damage on my skin. I want to remove the sun damage. I have some orange peel look to my skin. I want to refine that. So, I mean, they won't say it in those kind of terms, but they might say, my skin texture just needs to improve. So you might then say, great, let's do this. So you're coming up with their routine for their treatment. You know, where do you start? You're not really supposed to judge their pocketbook, but you still have to know what they're comfortable with each month. So are they comfortable with a basic rejuvenation facial, which is, you know, a light skin peel? Also, are they comfortable with a light skin peel? Because you have to also remember, when first timers come in and you say the word peel, they think that they're physically going to sheet peel for days and have downtime. But that's not the case in some of these lighter skin peels like glycolic, lactic acid, any type of the beta hydroxys or alpha hydroxys. Those eat the dead skin cell off. Why is it really important that those treatments eat that dead skin cell off? Because inside, or in that dead skin cell, is pigmentation, uneven tone, uneven texture. So when you refine it, you get a softer, smoother, more even look. Now, why would someone not be doing that every month? If you can refine your skin and have a softer, smoother look, I'm in. So make that your base, your basic treatment. From there, there's other treatments that you can play with, like microneedling, ultrasonic, microderm. Now, microdermabrasion, there's a crystal and there's a crystal free. Somebody's coming to me with pigmentation, skin tone problems, concerns, and a kind of orange peel thickness to their skin. I'll look at microderm. But if somebody's thinner skinned with those same kind of traits in their skin, I will not put a microdermabrasion if they were thin skinned. And the reason why is the thinner the skin, the more you can break the capillaries. The thicker skin can tolerate the suction of the microdermabrasion, the abrasion of the microdermabrasion. So if there's medium to thinner skin, I won't go with crystal, I'll go with crystal free. Now, just a quick thing about microdermabrasion. when you're dealing with creme crystal, when you're dealing with the crystals from the microdermabrasion unit, those are better suited for somebody with oilier skin. Creme tends to embed itself and dry the skin, which is great for someone with oily acneic skin and acne scarring, because that just helps dry up that oil. Crystal free uses a diamond tip and doesn't embed any crystal, so you won't have that downtime of that dryness to the skin. Ultrasound has always been one of our favorites. We have an amazing unit that we sell, that we use every day in the clinics, which we have 3, so I can probably answer any of your questions about business, because we do have quite a clientele in all of the different locations. But ultrasound has always been something we sell it the most. We think that if that is the one thing you need in your back bar and arsenal besides peels is an ultrasonic unit, because that ultrasonic unit does several different things. It ablates the dead skin cell. So ablate means it removes the dead skin cell with sound and water. It whirls the water at such a rapid rate, it's almost like power washing the skin. So it helps with blackheads, whiteheads, cleaning out the pores and taking off that dead skin cell layer. Again, why are we taking off that dead skin cell layer? To help improve pigmentation, any types of issue with fine lines and wrinkling. This all improves it. So we're ablating that dead skin cell at the same time that oil is coming out, whiteheads, blackheads are all softer and can be removed. I do not recommend having a steamer with anything that we do. Any of our protocols, you will never see steam. I've not used steam in 30 years. Steam is just a way to make the skin supple, but it makes the skin supple with heat. When I am rejuvenating a client, I've usually got them on several things that cause a little bit of sensitivity. So the last thing that I want to do is put a steamer on their face before or after. Another thing is hot towels. Please be careful with your hot towels. This question has come up over and over again. Well, can I remove the peel with a hot towel? Can I remove the mask with a hot towel? A medium temperature towel, okay, but also it's terry cloth. So when you're removing, you have that kind of coarseness to it. So you want to be very careful with the skin after a peel and after a mask when you've done anything on it, especially now where your clients might be going through a change of weather. Like they might have, it might be dry one day, not dry, but cold one day and hot one day. They might be using the heater in the house or the air conditioner. These tend to chap and irritate the skin. So what does peel do? It removes dead skin cells. So you're prematurely making the skin dead, and then the peel is exfoliating that off. So you're going to get a more sensitive skin. I think we just had somebody last night that was calling about a client that had a little patch after a peel. And yes, it was the blue enzyme peel. And yes, it was a very, it was a sensitive friendly peel. But if they had been doing allergy medicine, or they had been in the heat, or they've been in extreme weather, that it very well could have taken off a little bit extra of that skin cell. And that's why they're sensitive and flaky. So ultrasound after the ablation does 2 other things. It penetrates your ingredients into the skin. It does a lymphatic drainage to take away waste and toxins and puffiness underneath the eye. And then it also does a little bit of texture tightening to the skin because you're shrinking the tissue with the extreme heat. So you're using sound wave to remove the dead skin cell, then you're using sound wave at a slower pace to actually push product into the skin, which then heats up the skin a little bit more. Why do we want to heat up the skin? Because if we slightly wound the skin with heat, then collagen and elastin and hyaluronic stimulate. So it is a very good thing to have in your arsenal. Now, micro needling has been my new favorite because I've got a smooth skin. I've got great texture to the skin. Well, now I've got these little fine lines starting. You know, what do we do with these little fine lines? Lip line around the eye area, a little bit kind of here in the cheek. We can microneedle. Now, depending on the rules of your state, there's a couple of different microneedling techniques that you can do. We sell a nano head, which is a nano needle. It's just a little tiny square block that actually just kind of goes into the top layers. So you're not penetrating into the live layers, and you're not penetrating down into the dermis where you're going to get blood. So you won't get any pinprick bleeding, but you'll be pushing your product deeper into the skin. So we feel that this is a very good treatment to add, especially if you have fine lines around the lips, around the eyes, and texture changes around the skin or acne scars. So we just kind of push that product in, and that's been a really big game changer for us, because that is what you have to do to a wrinkle. You have to traumatize kind of the little valley, so then all of a sudden the valley comes up and meets the hills. So it's filling with collagen and elastin, not hyaluronic, because there's no heat in needling. So collagen and elastin. So great treatment to have, a great piece of equipment to have in your back bar when dealing with aging skin. Also too, lasers and IPL, BBL, whatever you choose to use. Lasers are a must. For the difficult pigmentation that you can't get, we can still get most of the sun damage and pigmentation. It's going to take 6 weeks. An IPL usually will take 3 treatments, about a month apart. After the first treatment, they're going to see a 70% reduction in sun damage. So if done correctly. So that is another piece of equipment that really, I think needs to be, or you guys need to be trained on, depending on your state rules and regulations, whether you can do it. And if you can't do it, make sure you have a relationship with someone that can do it, or have a medical director or like a nurse practitioner or an injecting nurse that can do it for you in your facility. I think it's really well worth it. So I'm going to kind of go away from that, but peels, I can't say enough of. And I know we talked about equipment. Salicylic 20%, lactic 30%, glycolic 30%, glycolic 15%. All of those are in my back bar, along with a little bit of Jesner when I want to have some deep exfoliation and I want to have a 7 to 10 day peel. So I love peels. I have for 30 years because it changes the skin. Not only does it change the skin, when somebody is coming to you for so long and then they go get their derm checkup, and you hear that they hardly had to have anything burned off, but they've had so much sun exposure through the years. That is what your peels are changing. Your peels are helping to eliminate the precancer cells on the skin because you're exfoliating. So less to get burned off by the dermatologist. So I just think that peels are the bomb, and that's where I've gone, and that's what I've built my business on, and we're doing quite well in that industry. But please look at having those peels in your arsenal. It's very good. I do have a couple of questions, and I'll answer those right after we get through this, because we do have a question and answer section. So you've got a home care regime. You're gonna, every single month, you're gonna go and do a peel, a light skin peel. You're going to come in, you're going to get a light skin peel. You're going to extract the pores to make sure that the clogging, whiteheads, blackheads, all that's cleaned up. You do hydration, maybe a little massage, and a mask. And they commit to that. You have that one price. So let's say that's $80. That I like to get people signed up for, at least 6 months in a row, so we know when they're coming in. Now, in that time frame, I might say, now let's add a couple of microneedles in here. I really want to do 3 in the season that we can do them in, where you're not going to be exposed to sun, or it's not going to be super hot. Some states are able to do this a little bit better. Texas, we've got probably a 6-month window of when we could do stuff like this. So I always say, if you're going to budget 3 microneedles, but your once a month light skin peel, And then if you need more hydration because the skin is drier, the skin dries because of several things. Environmental, it dries because of hormone depletion. Once you start losing estrogen and progesterone, your skin starts to become dry, almost looks like a little bit like crepe paper. So moisture is very important to be put back into the skin. So that's when I would say, okay, so like every other, let's do an ultrasonic treatment. And then in between that, we'll do, and in our ultrasound, we have a light skin peel already added to it. So it's kind of like an upgrade to our basic rejuvenation facial. So giving them a plan gives them a way to budget. Giving them a way to budget is great because they will not be surprised when they get the bill or at the end of the year. And that's very important. They will spend more money with you in skincare if they know what they're going to be doing in treatment. So going into that, you've got their routine down. They're coming to see you once a month. This is what they're doing to get the results for a softer, smoother, more even complexion, helping with fine lines, acne scars, helping improve that. So now you go into their home care. What are they doing home care wise? So many estheticians are afraid to ask this question. This right here is free money, ladies, free money. You don't have to do a service to sell the product. When they run out, they repurchase the product. So many estheticians I talk to are like, well, I can't afford to get everything in right now. People buy if it's on your shelf. When it's not on your shelf and there's no presence, people then look to the internet to order. So it is very important that you have shelf presence. It's very important that you work with a company that will drop ship for your client. But remember, that is free money. So if you buy a vitamin C for $30, you sell it for $60, $63, you've done absolutely nothing that just in that time frame except sold that product. It just upgrades your dollars per hour that you profit. So when I hear someone say, no, I really don't want to sell a lot of product, I'll just call you up and get it drop shipped. They have to see the presence there. They have to see the product. They have to see that you're backing the product. I won't buy something unless I actually see the product. You know, some people are very much like that, or they're going to go home and they're going to research the product. They're going to find the product that maybe someone else has listed on the internet, and then they're going to order that product because that's what you told them to do. It happens a lot of the time. So what I'm saying is make sure you have a plan for product. So the line that I'm going to be showing you today, which by the way, we have a new book that's been upgraded. And the new book should be out soon. Right now, we can send you the digital format for it. And it just kind of goes over some upgraded ingredients. We also have a table book that's probably getting produced. I say probably because it's sitting on my desk and probably going to be produced if I produce it. Katie gets me to approve it, but I love it because there is great before and after pictures in there that you can use to show your clients the difference by just using these programs that their skin can change. So I'm going to share with you a little bit on the Cell Solutions line. It's our black labeled line. It's more for the anti-aging. It's more for the person that is in that anti-aging mode. You know, very rarely will we sell this to someone that's 20 and 30 years old. They think they need to use something that's anti-aging on their skin, but what they really do need to do is use sunblock, you know, and take care of their skin and get regular treatments. Sunblock is the best preventer of any type of pigmentation or wrinkles or changes in the skin texture when you're younger. So I always tell them, and then if you put something that rich on someone's skin in their 20s, they might get milious. They might not absorb the product as much. The skin doesn't need what's in here. You know, my 50s, 60s, and 70-year-old people need what's in here, not my 20s and 30s. So know the client, know the ingredients. We have several products that I love to use on aging skin, which is our Mega C, our Rapid Renewal, our Ageless Peptide Moisturizer, our DMAE, and our Refirm. I love Essential Eyes for around the eye area. And then of course contour eyes. So it's actually for the puffiness. Not so much on the age skin. 20 or 30-year-olds need that because of too much out partying, a little salt in their food. I like to save that one for them. But Essential Eyes is really great, and we'll go over a little bit more. Lip renewal. Lip renewal is very important because of those lipstick bleed lines. So it's not a balm, it's not a chapstick, it's not something that you're just putting on. It's a peptide lip moisturizer that is meant to go in there, target concerns and problems such as fine lines, and stimulate collagen to those areas so that you don't have those fine lines. So it is a treatment, and it's not just a lip balm or a lip chapstick or a lipstick. It's a treatment for the lips, a moisturizer for the lips. Rest and Restore, hyaluronic acid. Who doesn't need more moisture to their skin? Sometimes I don't want to change my moisturizer in the winter because I love the way my moisturizer is, responding to my skin, but I feel a little more dry because of the heaters and the cold air. So I will add Rest and Restore to that evening regime, where I put that on before, lock it in with my moisturizer. So what you're doing is you're locking in that hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid holds 10 times its weight in water. So it's a very good product when you're feeling dry. So if a client does ask you, like, I love my moisturizer, what can I do? It's not feeling like it's enough lately. It would be boost it with Rest and Restore. Oh, post peel balm is great. We use it in our back bar all the time. We use it after waxing. We use it if we over peel someone. We use it on their lips, just if their lips are dry. Post peel balm is great to have because if people are going to be on the slopes, if they're going to be skiing, if they're going to be in cold weather, if they're going to be in extreme weather, they can easily put a little bit of this on the skin, and it helps occlude, and it helps the skin reflect those elements that are going to be making it dried out or just really, really irritated. So it's a really good barrier balm. And of course, sun protectant. Everybody needs sun protectant. One of my things that we recommend for everyone. So you're putting together this routine for someone who is aged. So you're doing once a month treatments on them, and then you're starting to incorporate micro-laser peel. You're starting to incorporate a couple of micro needling for like the fine lip lines, and then you're also going to incorporate some ultrasonic in the drier season for when it gets super dry and they need more moisture to their skin. So we've got that routine set. Now let's go to their day. What are they using? Are they using soap on their skin? Are they using, over-the-counter cleansers on their skin? Are they just using water on their skin? Setting them up with a good cleaning agent is very important to getting that skin and makeup and dirts and oils cleaned off. So we have several. We have our washes that are gel-based that you see, or that you probably have on your shelf right now. Those gel-based washes actually help soften skin because they act like light skin peels when you're doing facial washing. So it eats a little bit of the dirts, oils, and skin cell off. If you are going to have to eliminate something, which everyone hates when I do this, you eliminate a toner, because the washes work so well. When you swipe over with a toner, you're not going to get any more of that off, because any dirts, any oils, because it all should have come off with your wash. Another thing is you can use them on around your eye area. If they have fake lashes, probably not. It's really hard to put anything around your eye area with fake lashes. And the last thing that should I say fake lashes? I love lashes. I shouldn't say fake lashes, but if they get lash extensions, you shouldn't use any of the washes around there. They have to have special products used on them, and you wouldn't want to be responsible for them falling off. So if they don't have lashes, great, washes work great. Now with our toners, we did correcting toner or correcting conditioners. And what they do is, if somebody needs more moisture to their skin and vitamins to their skin, well, we have Fruit Sun conditioner. If somebody needs more cutting of the oils. They're still oily, they're breaking out, they have acne. We have our clarifying, which has salicylic acid in there. And it's just going to help with that oil production. So they're not so much a cleaner, they're actually working towards a condition and helping correct a condition. Even our pumpkin, which works with rosacea, it helps. It has lots of, you can see there's a little bit of the meat on the bottom that you have to kind of shake and it kind of re-emulsifies. That just helps the skin become softer and smoother, especially if you're dealing with rosacea that's kind of irritated or that's kind of rough. So those are our conditioners, our toners. Next, in the daytime, you really want to make sure your aging client has a vitamin C or an alpha lipoic acid. What's the difference between vitamin C and alpha lipoic acid? So vitamin C's are really great. If somebody gets good results with vitamin C, you know, keep them on it. Texture wise, tone wise, they like the way it firms, they like the way it feels on their skin. So we have several different ones. That was not it. I don't have my glasses on. Oh, here they are. We have several different ones. We've got Opti-C and we've got Mega-C. Opti-C has got a fatty based molecule in there, which then penetrates better into a drier skin. So it's meant for a drier skin, a lot longer lasting vitamin action out of this one. So it's very good for your dry skin in the daytime. But say somebody wants a little peptide and they've got combination skin. We even have a lot of people that have dry skin that use this. We have our Mega-C. So our Mega-C is the 20% L-ascorbic acid. On top of that, it's got peptides in there that target and go after the wrinkle contractions and help kind of fill that in. So tightening, firming, smoothing. So you just have to decide which one for your client just based on the results. Do they need more firming? Do they need more anti-aging? And they have a lot more wrinkles, you go with your peptide. For just a really good skin that's dry and vitamin C does great with, you go ahead with the Opti-Renew. So these are two very important products to have on your back bar. We have the Rapid Renewal, and it comes in these boxes. This is what it looks like outside the box. It's our little tango. So the Rapid Renewal is retinol plus alpha lipoic acid. This is a great serum to use at night. So if you have your clients that like to firm and tighten and use a retinol for exfoliation, this is perfect. It's just enough retinol to kind of break down the skin to allow the AHA, alpha lipoic acid, to penetrate in. What alpha lipoic acid does is help firm, helps tighten, and helps stimulate your collagen and elastin. So it's boosting your own filler. So that's what this product does best at night for your client. So they've got the serum on, they've got their C on, they've got their alpha lipoic on. You want to make sure that they allow that to penetrate in. It's very important that they allow it to penetrate in. And then you want to lock it in with your moisturizer. We have a couple different moisturizers. Our Renewal Cream, which is our goat milk based cream. Renewal Cream just helps really hydrate, holds moisture into the skin, softens the skin with that goat milk. It's just a really nice, gentle moisturizer that can be used on everyone. Refirm Peptide, a little bit more active. It's got your peptides in it. This is more for a damaged skin, sun damaged skin, wrinkle. It's an anti-aging, can be used on your neck, décolleté, hands, and face. So it's an overall peptide cream that we can use from like chest on up. So great peptide cream. DMAE, there it is. #1 selling cream right now. #1 repurchasing moisturizer in our facilities. This is a fabulous treatment cream. So it basically helps regulate the amount of fluid in the cells. So it's regulating the amount of fluid in the cells. And the reason why is because how do you get flaccid skin too? It's like hydrate, dehydrate, hydrate, dehydrate. So you're constantly going up and down, which is stretching the skin and causing sagging. So what this does is it helps keep the level of moisture into that cell to then make sure that the skin stays hydrated throughout the day. People love the smell. It thankfully does not smell like, salmon or fish, because it is a fish kind of ingredient. And it's one of the #1 selling creams. So if you don't have this, if you've never tried this, make sure you ask Miriam for a sample of it. And she can get you a sample of any of the stuff that we're talking about today if you've not experienced any of it, because it really should be in your aging and anti-aging arsenal. The next couple of things we're going to talk about is the Essential Eyes. This is a peptide eye cream. So this eye cream is fabulous for dark circles, pigment, dark circles, puffiness, and fine lines. So this is for your aging eye. This is going to do everything in one moisturizer for the eye area. Another reason why you want to make sure that you're using an eye cream and not a face cream near your eye area is because the molecule is actually smaller in an eye cream. So the skin is thinner around there. Your lips, your neck, and your eyes all have that same thinner textured skin that needs a smaller molecule to penetrate into it. So this allows the moisturizer to get into the eye area without making the eye puffy, without retaining water, without getting tiny little milias from just too much oil or moisturization or occlusion. When you start using your creams from your face underneath your eye, clients can come up with milias. They can come up with puffy eyes. So you want to make sure you stop your moisturizer right at the cheekbone. From the cheekbone on, you want to make sure you have your eye cream. Never put your eye cream lower than the brow line. The brow line will actually warm up and bring the eye cream in onto your lid, but you don't want to start on your lid because then it's going to go into your eye. You don't really need to necessarily moisturize the top of the eye. So that is a very good eye cream. Lip renewal, like I talked about, fine lines, wrinkles around the lips. This right here is an excellent product for that. So it helps the lipstick bleeds. It helps moisturize the lips. It's not a balm. It's not a chapstick. It's a moisturizer for the lips. What it's doing is it has the peptides in it, which cause the collagen and elastin to boost in that area. So why do you want that? You'll have smoother lips. So it's very good. This is a very good product, very inexpensive to carry. We put it right at our register. And it's very easy to sell, especially if you have, if you're sampling it or using it in your back bar. Last, sunblock. So physical, chemical combination sunblock that really blocks out the sun rays. It's very important to have some kind of sun protection on there. When clients wear makeup fully during the day, they're getting a lot of natural sun protection as well. Another layer of sun protectant and your makeup, you're getting even more protection. So that would be what I would recommend when you're dealing with, aging and an aging client. Those are some of the steps that I take. Those are some of the routines that I suggest. We do also have one that I didn't mention, the Phyto Soothing Cleanser. It is actually a cream-based cleanser for ladies that like using something like Cetaphil or a cream-based versus a gel-based cleanser. It's very good at removing, dirt, oils, makeups, and is very gentle. You can use it after laser treatments, after a deeper peel where they're peeling and sloughing. So very, very good cleanser for that type of skin. Just know which they like, a gel versus a lotion. And you just have to determine that in the consultation. But I will get to everyone's questions because I see some questions up on the board. And if you have questions beyond that, just please go ahead and type away in the little column here. Can I go? Okay. Oh, okay. Is it okay to use an ultrasonic right after a peel? If it is, if we remove the peel in the treatment room, it's only it is okay to use the ultrasonic. So what I do is I cleanse, and we have this protocol that Miriam can get you if you just go ahead and call the office. Cleanse, tone, then I will make sure the skin is completely dry. I will then do a peel on the skin, whether it's a salicylic or a lactic or a glycolic. I'll go ahead and do that. I will neutralize the peel, no longer than about 3 minutes on the skin. Then I will do the first step of ablation, which is removing of the dead skin cells. So after you break the bond up of that or soften the bond with your peel, the skin that didn't come off as much will come off in the ablation. So you'll get an even more squeakier, clean look to the skin. So I love doing both of those together. Perfectly safe, not going to harm the skin. And then the next modes are just penetration modes. Also too, after you do that ablation mode, extractions are so easy. So when I told you I don't use steam, well, that is my answer to that. Peels and ultrasound, I'm making the skin supple enough, I'm softening up the sebum, I'm able to just remove any type of clogging. A lot of times whiteheads you'll see kind of just even pop out when you're doing that ablation mode because of all that cavitation and whirling of the water and ablation. So it's a really neat thing to see when it just kind of bursts. So yes, perfectly safe for that. Yes, we use exfoliation to push product natural. Yes, we use exfoliation and we push product in after. Yeah. So she answered the question too. Yeah, we do the same. This is Michelle. I love introducing the nano needling to my clients concerned about aging, but are nervous about microneedling. That's a good point. It's the nano is kind of an introduction to someone that's very nervous about needling. The results are immediate and it's a great introduction for more advanced surfaces. I agree with Michelle 100%. That is the best way to get people comfortable and to get product driven into the skin just a little bit more. Oh, thanks. I love all of the vitamin C products that SRC carries, and it's a must for your clients. Thank you. Can you tell us about your wrinkle release product? Yes, wrinkle release. We didn't even have out here, did we? Yes. So we do not have wrinkle release on the market right now. We are reformulating it at this time. We do have the Refirm right now, which is the peptide cream that people are using in place of that right now, but the wrinkle release will be coming out. We're doing some upgrades on it. We're putting some different peptides in there. And soon you'll see a new product coming with the wrinkle release label back on it. But yes, I know everybody loved the wrinkle release, did really well, but it needed some advancing because there's been some new technology out there that we needed to really kind of reformulate. The old formula was fabulous. The new one is going to be amazing. So any other questions? I see Gloria on there. Gloria has all the girls on there too. Stephanie, Brandy, thanks for coming. Any other questions you guys might have? I know I don't want to keep you. I hope this was really informative and gave you some information and maybe some thoughts on how you can improve dealing with your aging clientele and maybe some stuff that you can incorporate that we talked about into it. Our sales office has anything that you could possibly need. I mean, I know exactly what you're all going through. We live it every single day. You know, we're just in here talking about how we get our books filled again. How do we get those people to feel comfortable spending money? How, you know, we've seen a low, which we haven't seen in a long time. So, you know, what are we going to do to combat that? So we're really trying to work on some good ideas, and I should do something on marketing and how to get your brand out there, or how to increase clientele soon. But believe me, after this, I'll probably be a pro at it. But you know, I'm in the boat with you guys. We run clinics every day, so we see what's out there. We see what clients need. We see what ingredients we need to work with. We see what results we need to deliver. And that's what we focus on. So you don't see us at shows much anymore. The shows, became a little bit much. I don't know, you don't see a whole lot of people at the shows right now. It's just, it's a great way to, meet people, but we've really gone to working more with companies that are doing more informative webinars for clients, more on Zoom, which, I'm a hands-on person, so Zoom is kind of a new thing for me, but it's a way we can reach everyone rather quickly and get the information out there. So I'm hoping to do some more tapings or just 45-minute workshops that you guys can kind of get on during your lunchtime, and I can do some demonstrations. And yes, microneedling is one of the ones that we need to get on there and demo for you guys. Also, chemical peels. We do have our YouTube, and we do have some videos available, which if you just contact the sales office, they'll be happy to help you with that. And if you haven't tried any of these products that we talked about today, request a sample from the sales office, because I think it'll be well worth your time to try these. Are there going to be any upcoming aesthetic shows? No, I know Dallas is coming up though. We're working on going to, yeah, we're going to be with Dallas at NASM, and NASM is a smaller venue. I say smaller, there's quite a few people there, but it's more of an educational learning venue. So if you want information on that, just please let our sales office know as well. They'll ask Katie for any information, but that is more of a learning platform. And I think that's where we need to be right now. But I do miss the shows and you miss seeing everybody, but soon, maybe, you never know. All right, any other questions? Great, all right. I'm going to say goodbye, Jen. Thanks, it was great seeing you. I didn't see anybody else. No one showed me their pretty face. Amy, I'll talk to you guys later. Any questions, just give us a call at the warehouse. Thank you.